Another coastal city reeling from this storm is Port Aransas, which sustained major damage. The police chief describing one trailer park as a 100% loss. Joining us now by phone is the mayor of Port Aransas, Charles R. Bujan. Thank you so much for being here today, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, we are so sorry to hear of
What can I do for you?
Well, we are so sorry first to hear of the devastation in your city. So I'd like to ask you to tell us what your city is up against at this hour. We are hearing reports of possible deaths. In addition to that, what kind of damages can you tell us is happening in your area so far? Bring us up to speed.
Okay, let me give you a little summary of this. Harvey, we took a direct hit with the eye wall of the storm. Our winds reached 132 miles per hour. That eye wall also hit our sister cities of Aransas Pass and Rockport. They also have major damage. This morning, when our police force tried to get onto the 18-mile road leading into town, they only got about a third of the way there before they hit debris on the highway. So we had to get heavy equipment to move that debris off in the entire 18 miles of the highway. In the process, the police chief, as you indicated, one of our major trailer parks was 100% destroyed. And once they got into town, I'm sorry, I've been talking so much today, I'm losing my voice.
Understandable.
But we couldn't get into the city because of the massive amount of debris there. We have since been able to penetrate the debris that's there, and we have in process now many search and rescue teams in the city now doing their job. We've also reached out to the state. They have National Guard troops on alert, and we will be determining within the next few days whether or not we need to have those troops there. Our city has taken a direct hit, not unlike the one that we had back in the 70s with Hurricane Cia. We took the brunt of the storm along with those two sister cities that I mentioned to you.
Sir,
and so that's where we're at this point.
Sir,
we do not want, and although we cannot stop them, we would prefer that our residents stay where they're at, be patient with us, let us do our search and rescue, let us do our jobs, let us get the sanitary facilities back up and running, and make sure that the water supply is safe. And once that's done, then we'll ask them to return.
We hopefully, know that people will hear that message. But we do know that communication is always a very big challenge during these times. There are always people who don't make it out in time, whether they couldn't or they wouldn't. What are you hearing now? We were just looking at these pictures.
We did have people that stayed. They always do. They don't always heed the warning. I issued a mandatory evacuation of the island or the city day before yesterday, knowing that there would be some people who would stay. We have had so far in our search and rescue missions no fatalities and no injuries.
Okay.
The majority of our people, I would say 95% of our people left as they were directed to.
And we're seeing these photos of the power lines down, and that's such an important part of this story. I'm just curious if anybody has told you when you can expect those power. Obviously there's a lot of physical work that has to be done to get those power lines back.
AEP, our electric provider here in this part of Texas, is in process of looking at the damage that was done, and you're right. All of the wooden poles at that 18-mile stretch of highway are down. We have no electricity in Port Aransas at this point, no telephone service.
Right.
So they're in the process of trying to figure out, or at least identify those wires that are still hot. Once they have done that and cleared the hot wires off of the highway, then more of our first responders will be able to get in.
Okay, and what do you need right now? I mean, there's a lot of people watching and listening right now. What do you need from the government at this hour to help you?
We really have planned. If you live on the coast like we do and on the island like we do, then you have your plans in place for situations like this. So we, like the Emergency Operations Center that I'm in right now, that's all been planned. We go through workshops on this every 2 or 3 months, and so we are prepared. We may need local help from companies that have tractors and bulldozers and things of that nature, but we've already identified many of those.
Okay.
So really, FEMA is going to be a big help to us, as well as the state of Texas.
All right.
In terms of what they can do for us.
Very good, and we send our best wishes to you and the folks of Port Aransas. Mayor Charles R. Bujan, thank you for being with us today and taking the time out to speak with us, and we look forward to hearing more updates from you, and hopefully good ones at that.
That's fine. Thank you for calling.
All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you.